Start of a very serious weekend for the San Antonio Spurs. Game 3 of the season series with the Minnesota Timberwolves. A Midwest Division opponent, and the T-Wolves only 2.5. Antonio Daniels in the backcourt. And for the Minnesota Timberwolves, this lineup, two teams on November 2nd, then later that same month here at the Target Center. It was Garnett, 2 huge buckets as Tim Duncan gets Garnett.
The contact. You'll see him right here. Tim doesn't leave his feet. He bumps him. Pretty good job by Kevin Garnett. Not as bad a call as I thought. You could see the contact was there. Garnett.
24 the win at home when he was 10 of 15 from the field. Garnett, though, he had 32 in the last one, the overtime victory. Tim answers on a beautiful sweeper through the middle.
People who play defense, Minnesota can't make that statement.
Tim Duncan against Kevin Garnett, jumping it over. Derek Anderson leaving it off. David drawing the foul, doesn't get the roll.
Minnesota doing a lot of doubling. There's going to be a lot of perimeter jump shots for the San Antonio Spurs if they move it. And that means 1 or 2 quick passes. The perimeter jump shot will be there.
David clearing out for Tim, backing his way in. Tim gets rid of it, doesn't get the roll. David didn't get the tip. Good try at the offensive end, though.
That time it was Nesterovich with the double team.
Inside, Garnett held. Garnett get 3. Spurs 8-1 since Terry Porter moved into the starting lineup. Rejection Nesterovich. The Spurs winning because of defense. It's paying off early here because the offense needs a jump start. Tim Duncan going right by Kevin Garnett. Nifty move, gets the roll, goes down.
We talked about
turnover. Tim Duncan asking for it. They're not doubling down on Tim. So it's Garnett and Tim trying to go over Garnett. Tim last night against the Wizards. Good stroke there. Clear out for Garnett. Tim's already got 1 foul. And Garnett a step back. That when a guy's 7 feet, what are you going to do to begin with?
Danny Ferry came down with a good
last night from the field, and that's a rarity for the guy that's number 3 right now in the NBA in 3-point field goal percentage. The block almost there. Tim so far 2 of 5. Taken away by Peter. Couldn't get it away on the double. Peter hits the trailer, and Garnett makes it look easy. He's played for 4 teams. He's at least worn the uniform of 4 teams over the last 3 seasons.
Chauncey Billups, Kevin Garnett. You don't need him to get going from the perimeter, but Chauncey Billups had a great game. Very seldom turns it over, but for whatever reason, they've turned it over a lot against the Spurs.
Tim Duncan. You know, if I'm not here at the Target Center, you know where I'm at. 8th-year man out of Arkansas with the Suns last year. Playing in Europe as well. Tim Duncan on the little pick and roll. Tim inside. Good time.
Wheeled in and laid it off the glass with his left hand.
She said, there's a guy who's got the talent if he can just stay healthy. Tim Duncan fouled on his way in the Western Conference in the Midwest Division. The T-Wolves come in tonight. Position they're in right now. They're only 4 ahead. A couple of free throws for Tim Duncan. That's good news. TD 4 of 5 at the stripe. Spurs by 1. Garnett over Walker. The catalyst already at the offensive end.
Looking for Tim down under. Kevin Garnett does a good job front and denying the entry pass.
And Garnett almost comes up with a steal. Now Duncan with the advantage. And a super look. Give it an assist. Danny Ferry can't finish. Tim's got it. He's fouled by Mitchell. And finally, that was a 47. The Lakers 39. That would be Tim Duncan. 4th and moving up by 2. Tim Duncan 6 of 7 at the stripe. Walker kept it alive, batted it away from Ellis. Home run ball. Tim Duncan with the hands and the catch. He is 6 of 8 at the stripe, has a dozen points, 5 rebounds.
But then he was patient enough to take it.
Halfway through the second quarter, Garnett, great position inside, doesn't get the finish, bats it out, 19 at the stripe.
Spurs clearly the more aggressive team offensively. They're getting it inside. They're also starting to look to run a little bit right now.
Double comes early. Garnett lost 2 of 3 at the stripe, 6 of 10 from the floor. Due to the violation with the Joe Smith, just 0 for 6 so far tonight. Zerbiak shut out from the field. Pick and roll, and Tim with 4:56 left in the half.
Double team, but once again can't make the perimeter jump shot.
David Robinson coming out on Kevin Garnett, but Kevin Garnett walked with the basketball. Got away with it. Brandon on the move. Ellis blocked by Tim Duncan. You look for a block, you got it. Terry Porter's got Derek Anderson. D.A. lost the handle, but he's fouled.
Excuse me, Joel, is poor shots. The Spurs are getting off these deflected passes.
Garnett gets inside.
9 basic categories in the NBA statistics. Kevin's in 7 of them right here. The 2 he's not in, 3-point shooting.
Here's P.J. Carlissimo back at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Garnett. He had a hook. Tim getting the ball on the baseline and drawing the contact. Spurs are getting it inside.
The more aggressive team and the team that takes the ball. Basket early twice, came up empty.
Up Garnett on the opposite side. Garnett got David into the air through the contact. And they were going to give him the Spurs now. They're up by 8.
More fouls are going to be committed if you pressure.
Spurs up by 5. The double frees up Tim Duncan with a good look on the baseline.
Garnett for the respective teams.
Zerbiak 0 for 7 so far tonight. Garnett and the back door from Zerbiak. Wally Zerbiak. Nesterovic getting a right back against David Robinson. And Nesterovic going to the
move. That's not the guy Flip Saunders wanted to take the first shot of the second half.
There's the guy the Spurs would like. And Tim Duncan gets it. Let's keep it alive. Almost timed it perfectly. Zerbiak with Brandon. And the pass way over the head of Garnett. There's so much contact between Duncan and Garnett that they're going to start calling touch fouls. This is going to be a 2-hour second half. Terry Porter sees parted. Derek Anderson doesn't get it. Terry looked like he had the flip, but Garnett was waiting inside. Zerbiak on the weak side. Got it over David. So 4 games coming up against Portland. Expect good things?
We very definitely expect good things.
Zerbiak now starting to ask for it in close range. Does he get it? Yes. Nesterovic chases it down. Every loose ball seems to be going. Second chance opportunities as Peter makes the most of it. Second chance points killing the Spurs.
It's not reflecting.
And hold your chuckles, please. 5:29 left in the third quarter. Spurs try to get a little breathing room. Garnett out on Tim Duncan. Tim goes right by him, strong to the rack and draws the foul. What a move by Tim Duncan on his weak side.
That is a big-time play. Tim had a move just like that. We showed it in the open where he put the ball on the floor from the opposite side. This time he goes outside hand. Nesterovic tries to come over and do a good job. Emphatic finish right over the top.
7-3. When the spread is 3 or fewer. Garnett losing the handle. Antonio Daniels has it. Coming over on the double team with Derek Anderson. Antonio, the trailer, Tim Duncan strong again. That's a transition.
Kevin Garnett.
Good play off the board.
Good execution and coming at a perfect time.
Garnett over Samaki Walker. Terry Porter thought the pick was coming. Now Tim Duncan got away from Garnett and drew the foul. Tim Duncan. Avery Johnson out of the backcourt, working with Antonio Daniels on the pick and roll. Derek Anderson getting it to Tim Duncan on the step back. Boy, Garnett got away with a shove on that play. Good board. Spurs up on top in blocks though. Garnett, great position inside as well. It's a game of keep away.
DA's going to get the shot if they swing it.
Tim Duncan, what a pass. Super pass.
Beautiful
Walker from Tim Duncan.
Great recognition. They got the ball.
Right through Tim Duncan. A perfect pass by TD. Brandon on the baseline. Shot clock down to 6. Garnett gets inside, reverses it.
And limit them to 1 attempt.
Brandon setting up Garnett. Way out. Kevin Garnett just inside the stripe. Garnett now with 31 points on 12 of 21 from the field. Phillips making Dave back into the game. For Wally Zerbiak. Tim asking for it against Garnett. The double came. Garnett kept up with it. But Tim Duncan had a great
minutes. It's going to go through Tim Duncan.
Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Daniels running to the free throw line for the open 15-footer. Antonio Daniels. Big time. 8-point Spurs by 8. Stop here could seal it. Brandon comes through. Minute 47 to play. For anything more tonight, escape the Target Center with their first win in their last 6 attempts here, despite missing 17 free throws.